He always felt there was something off about his stepmother's porridge. Suspicious, he brought it closer to his nose and took a whiff. There was indeed an indescribable odor. He immediately realized something was wrong with the porridge and jumped out of bed, frantically searching for any clues in it. Yet, he found nothing. Left with no choice, he grabbed an empty box from the cabinet, dumped all the porridge into it, and quickly called a friend to meet up. But just as he rushed downstairs to leave, his stepmother suddenly called out to him from the kitchen. She had noticed liquid leaking from his backpack. She kindly offered to wipe it clean, but Nick stammered nervously and hurried away, his face tense. Confused, his stepmother bent down to clean the floor, only to realize the droplets weren't water. A look of understanding crossed her face. Meanwhile, Nick arrived at the meeting spot, hoping his friend would take the porridge to a lab for testing. But due to Nick's history of mental health issues, his friend not only dismissed his suspicions but also urged him not to distrust his stepmother. Enraged, Nick began shouting wildly, scaring his friend off. Furious that no one believed him, Nick decided to investigate on his own. That night, he stormed into the kitchen, scooped up some food from the plates, and prepared to take it for testing. When his father tried to stop him, Nick grabbed a knife from the table, warning him to stay back. As the standoff continued, his stepmother, fearing Nick might do something reckless, quickly dialed the police. Nick's younger brother also pleaded with him to stop, insisting their stepmother had no reason to harm him. Hearing this, Nick barged into his stepmother's room to search for evidence only for his father to force the door open and try to reason with him. Just as Nick was beginning to calm down, his stepmother suddenly appeared, sending him into another frenzy. Without hesitation, Nick lunged at her, knocking her to the ground. Fortunately, she wasn't seriously injured, but Nick was deemed mentally unstable and institutionalized. 6 months later, his now recovered stepmother visited him at the psychiatric hospital. When Nick refused to acknowledge her, she first showered him with concern before dropping a bombshell. His father had died of a sudden heart attack during their honeymoon, and his brother was suffering from severe stomach issues, making future visits impossible. Nick was livid. He knew his stepmother was behind it all. But by then, it was already too late.